Srebrenica was a small salt mining town in Bosnia and Herzegovina, come refuge for tens of thousands of Muslims during the Bosnian War. Instead, it will be forever known for one of the worst massacres since World War II. It forced peace in the region, but Bosnia is still haunted by the atrocity 25 years later. You may know the name Srebrenica, but what unfolded? How was it allowed to happen, and has there been justice? I'm Liz Maddock, and this is Srebrenica Decoded. It's 1992, and fresh from the collapse of Yugoslavia, an independence vote sparks war in Bosnia. Serbia saw the unrest as an opportunity to expand its borders and achieve its dream of a great Serbia. Now, part of the plan was to expel Muslims from the region so that Serbs were the majority. Over the next 3 years, tens of thousands of Muslims fled persecution into a number of UN safe zones, one of which was in Srebrenica. But Bosnian Serbs wanted to annex the territory that's just adjacent to the Republic of Serbia. So, in 1995, leader Radovan Karadzic laid out his plan in Directive 7, ordering his army to create an unbearable situation with no hope of survival or life for the inhabitants of Srebrenica. General Ratko Mladic led the army and invaded on July the 6th. Only 400 lightly armed UN peacekeepers had been deployed to protect the enclave and the civilians there, but they were outnumbered and outgunned. Mladic easily took over and walked through town, promising people they would be safe, but he had other plans. The men and teenage boys were taken to detention centres where they were subjected to extreme torture or killed. In just 5 days, more than 8,000 Bosnian Muslims were killed. They were piled into mass graves, some of which have never been found. The women and children were deported to Tuzla, a nearby city controlled by the Bosnian army. Many were raped, some were taken off buses, never to be seen again.
Vodili muškarce tamo, ubijali, klali. To su krikovi bili za rijeke tamo po žitima, šta nisu radili. Sinovi su mi ošli preko šume. Nikad ih nisam u grobnicama ih pronašla, onda jednu koščicu, onda jednu dok sam ih pokopala.
So, has there been justice for the victims and their families? Now, Radovan Karadzic, who's considered the mastermind of Srebrenica, was on the run for 13 years. That's until he was tracked down in Belgrade, where he'd been working as an alternative medicine doctor under a fake identity. He was found guilty for genocide and crimes against humanity in 2016 and was sentenced to life in prison. Then there's Ratko Mladic, aka the Butcher of Bosnia. Now, he'd been hiding out for more than a decade before finally being arrested in 2011. It took another 6 years for him to be found guilty in The Hague, and he was also given life in prison. It's now 25 years since the Srebrenica genocide, and many families are still looking for their loved ones. More than 1,000 people are still missing. Every year on July 11th, Bosnia marks the anniversary by burying newly discovered remains in a collective funeral. They also march for peace. But peace is still a long way off for many. There are those who desperately want to find their loved ones, others who are still seeking justice. And Bosnia itself is trying to balance remembrance and accountability with a desire to heal and move forward. That's Srebrenica Decoded. That's all from Decoded this week. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. You can also reach out to me with your questions and comments, or if you would like something decoded, I'm at Lizzie Maddock on Twitter. See you next time.